The object of it is, behind the tail lens is all chrome. Harley Davidson is all dark in this area in between the reverse section. That gives it the DOT approved darkness level. Get this dark is the exact same thing as fog lamps and headlamps. Just take the lens off and paint them. 8mm bolts. And just gently pull back. And safely remove your bulbs. I have reverse LEDs, so the reverse is a lot trickier to get out sometimes. And now we can begin taking the lenses off the shells. I go in the oven, 200 degrees for 10 minutes. There's a baking pan and the light on top of it. 10 minutes. And the difficult part, priming it apart. Starting down this area, flathead driver between the lens and the back, giving twisting motions. Nerve-wracking sound, but it's not hurting anything. This is time consuming. Working at the bottom corner is always the best. It will not damage anything. And you work your way all the way around. And we'll just pry it off from here. And here's what we have. Okay, all the scary part is over now. The lenses are out of the oven and separated from the housings. So the parts that we'll be painting is from here, straight across here, and the bar goes all the way down here, leaving the reverse and brake light sections only masked. This little section down here I'm quite confused at. There's no light behind it. Oh, and that's another thing. Careful when touching the chrome anywhere, because it will peel off if masked with too much adhesion, and once it's clean, like if you clean it with a cloth, it will just start staining and lose its chromey finish. So this area really doesn't matter, but this is what we want to protect. And as I was saying, there's this blue sticker back here, so I'm gonna guess that's from some type of emergency vehicle light that Ford would offer. But either ways, we're going to be scuffing these areas really lightly. Roll of blues painter tape is how I'm going to mask all this. Best insurance tip, now take long strides over the reverse section. It's really adhesive-y, so stick it on your shirt or in a towel or something 2 to 3 times. It really weakens the adhesion, but it's strong enough to still hold in place while you paint. Okay, we are all masked off. Reverse sections and brake light sections. Took about 45 minutes to mask it all with my decently thick fingers. Mostly what I did was I laid the tape around the edges, filled in the insides, creased the edge a little bit with a fingernail all the way around, and I doubt any paint can drip in through anything here except this section is I'm a little concerned of, so I may put some more paint on that. Otherwise, it's time to sand. I'm using 2000 grit. This is wet sanding paper, but it's still good enough. Very low and fine. I don't want to scratch the hell out of the whole thing, but I just want to haze it a little bit, just for the best adhesion you can get. Very lightly with the fingers. I'm not using any primer, I'm just going to shoot it with straight Krylon satin black, of course. Okay, they are sanded. I went very, very lightly. It's not a complete sand overall, but that really doesn't matter. There's going to be a lens protecting it anyways, but my instinct is always to sand before you paint, as anyone else's is. Just did a very light scuffing with my fingertip pressure. And I will suggest, anybody trying this, do the sanding before you put the tape in, because getting in between here and such, the tape made it very, very difficult. And I had to double check to make sure we're still all adhered. Here's how we're looking after the first layer. I put a little bit of tape down there just for a last minute decision for reflectors on the bottom. Okay, here's where we are at. I painted one for now, so I could compare to the old one. Here's my phone. Nice flat black look. Still drying. I just finished the fourth layer. Very evenly done, which Krylon is famous for. Before I started painting the next one, I figured I'd put the lenses on gently, just to show a little bit of a difference. You see how light it is in comparison to this? That's the key. As soon as I pull the paper out of that, it'll look fantastic. And they are both painted. Seems like it was a pretty good job. I got all the necessary areas. Right in the cracks of the tape too. And it's all level, even, and smooth. So I'll get to putting the lenses back on after another half hour to 45 minutes, just for some insurance for adhesion before I play with them. But hate to get them, the lens is getting ready to get back on and then I scratch it, which is usually my luck, but looking good.